Hello there, and thanks for tuning in and listening today. My name's Karen Turpin from KarenTurpin.com, and I'm a spiritual coach specializing in starseed and lightworker empowerment and activation. And today I'm going to talk to you about the energy theme for this year, 2021, as well as touching on the monthly theme for January. So, quite a number of people have asked me what I think is going to happen this year, how I see that it's going to play out. And of course, it's funny to think that because I don't think that many people in January 2020 picked up on how things were going to unfold through last year. Maybe a few people picked it up. I'm not sure. I haven't heard of anyone. But how I see this year is a little bit of a chaotic energy coming through, to be honest, because there's still turbulence in the field. And that's, to be expected, because if you remember, we had the Jupiter Saturn conjunction around the time of the solstice as well. The energy shifted into a new era, a new epoch in time, the end of a 26,500 year cycle, or you could say the dawning of the age of Aquarius, because that's how the song went, isn't it? I think it was in the 70s. But anyway, in actual fact, that's where we are. We've ended the age of Pisces, we're into Aquarius, we're in a whole new era. Who knows what that's going to look like? Definitely, there are some themes of energy moving through. And as I said, there's going to be some chaotic, turbulent energy still yet to come for a while, actually, I think. I think it's wise if we can find balance as quickly as we possibly can. I have this feeling that we need to approach everything from a higher perspective, a higher spiritual vision, partly because we're moving into that level of consciousness on the planet. We've heard for a long time that the planet will move from 3D into 5D. In truth, the planet is multidimensional anyway, and so are we. But actually, if we have our level of consciousness stationed at a 3D level, then we will play out whatever is on that 3D level, that timeline. So if we want to move into a higher, more joyous, loving experience on this planet, we can't stay at the same level of consciousness as where we've been, because clearly it doesn't exist as we would like it to be at that 3D level. So therefore, we have to shift our consciousness up into our higher mind. So it's still a mental energy, it's an air energy that's coming through this year. However, we can still be in higher mind. It's not all mental and lower mind like in a 3D. This is a 5D higher mind. You could say this is more about tuning into your higher self, your soul energy, or into that higher consciousness level of energy. So when we can all shift into that higher consciousness level and live from that level, then when the change takes place within us to be more conscious, to be more 5D in our thoughts and choices and actions, then of course we're going to see that reflected to us in the outside world. Because what is on the outside is just a reflection of what's on the inside. And so when we look at what's happening on the planet right now, all of the chaos, all of the turbulence, there's dis-ease. Even if we look at these viral patterns that have been around through 2020, we can look at that and say, well, there is dis-ease on the planet. People are not balanced and comfortable. They are not at ease, they are diseased, and so diseased. And when we move into this new era, what we would all like to experience, I'm sure, is health and balance and love and that feeling of being more stable as opposed to being turbulent. But we're not out of that turbulent energy yet, because it still needs to be finalized and settled. Of course, there's an awful lot going on in American politics at the moment that's having a really explosive energy around the planet. people from all around the world are tuning in. But when you look at the energy on the ground, on the land mass of America itself, so much turbulence and angst in everybody's bodies, in their emotions, in their whole psyche, in the collective consciousness, all of that is going to have an effect on the global consciousness too. So that's a whole wave of turbulence that literally will move around the planet. If you're a starseed light worker, you're probably an empath too. You can, you can feel it, that turbulence, maybe making you feel really turbulent. A lot of people, early on when they're understanding their starseed and light worker qualities, they maybe don't even realize that they are affected by the external so much. And they often think that they are the ones that feel chaotic and turbulent, when in actual fact, it's what they're sensing from the outside. And we will all be affected by it, even if we're quite experienced and we know what's happening. So really, really important right now to find and do the things in your life that allow you to be as settled and balanced as you can, which means grounding as well. So when we're moving up into these higher levels of ourselves, it can be tempting to want to stay there, because this is where we get the light, love and light syndrome from, isn't it? When you move into those higher levels, it feels so good and so peaceful and so light, and you want to stay there. But in actual fact, when you stay there, it's very difficult to physicalize all of that power, all of your power, and to physicalize it and bring it down onto the earth plane. But we have to, if we are to be the change that we need to see on this planet. So it's a little bit like we have to reach up, get the ideas, the inspiration, the higher vibration, even of our higher self and our higher aspects of ourself, get hold of that and bring it down, physicalize it into the body, ground it into the earth, and then live as that higher aspect of yourself. There's no point in doing these amazing meditations and activations and touching that when then you just go and live like the 3D person that you always have been. You have to physicalize it, raise your vibration in your body, and become that higher version of yourself. And then act from that level, because then that's how we literally are the change that we all want to see on this planet. So, in this month of January, the theme that came through also was the word focus. We have to focus on exactly this, I would suggest, on focusing on becoming the best version of yourself that you could be. Focusing on choosing to let go of petty squabbles and chaos and drama, and literally rising above it, moving beyond it into your higher conscious mind, into your higher mind, so that you can make better choices from that more spiritual level of yourself. Einstein said that you can't solve the problem from the same level of consciousness that created it. So when you look around the planet and see what's happening out there, that's all created from a fairly low vibrational level, I'm sure you'd have to admit. And so we can't fix it from that level. If we are the ones here to be the change, to do the fixing, then we have to shift our consciousness to a higher level and then act from that level to make a difference in this world. So I invite you to focus on what it is that you're here to do, how you can make a change in the world, how you can play a part, whether that's a huge part or a small part, because it all counts when we come together. And this is why I feel that community is so important this year as well. Coming together and focusing on something that we all want to achieve, which I'm sure you'll agree is peace and love and expansion for everyone. So, this theme of focus for the word of January, I invite you to make a few notes of what it is that you feel you would like to focus on. How can you be most effective? I know in January, everybody writes resolutions and you say, well, this year is going to be my year. I'm going to get this done. How many years in the past have you done that and actually not got those things done? So again, I invite you to really focus on those things and put some steps down that you might take this time that will actually let you achieve that goal. I know many people feel stuck and blocked. Light workers and star seeds, really, so many of us are not out there sharing our light in the way that we could be because we feel stuck and blocked. And sometimes there's a lot of fear comes up around that as well. So I invite you that if you are one of the ones that feel stuck and blocked, could that perhaps be your focus? Could you write 3 steps that will help you to get unblocked and unstuck? And that could be getting really honest with yourself about something that's not right in your life, somewhere that you're stuck. Is there a change that you need to make that you've been resisting? Is there something inside of you that is so amazing, so powerful, a unique gift and talent that you are just a little bit afraid to fully embrace? Could you focus on that and just search into it a little bit and ask, is this why I'm here? Is this what I came here to do? And then if you find that it is and you're still really scared, then I invite you to focus on sorting that out. Focus on getting unblocked. Focus on getting your message out there. How will you make it happen? Because it's really your time. You're here for a reason. Let me invite you to make 2021 the year that you step out and start fulfilling your purpose and role. So that's my thoughts. I think if we can be resilient, if we can be balanced, if we can find peace and calm within ourselves, it will, I know it will, have an effect on the greater field, because the vibration will go out from within us when we feel stable and aligned. Being in alignment is so very important. That's how we can make a difference in the world, even if it's just at that little small part. To not be at war with everyone around you, to be in balance and peace. I think it's going to be turbulent for the next few months as this change starts to come in. Many people are going to have to change their life. We already have been through 2020. So one thing surely is that we're all beginning to get used to change. So this is a bigger change on the planet, many more people involved. But I still think that we can all come out on the best side of this, but we do have to come together. This is community. I see a lot of people stuck in their ego about not wanting to reach out and get help and support. Starseeds and light workers, we feel that we should know all of this. But I see in the communities that I've been involved in and with, when people have reached out, we come together as a group and literally we lift everybody higher by coming together as that community. Community is so very important. I have a lovely Facebook group if you would like to join it. It is called Source Light Connection, and I'm working to really bring everybody together in there in a loving and supporting way. But more than that as well, I have a membership program called Aligned and Unlimited, and absolutely I can see that the people within that group are so open-hearted and loving and supportive of each other. It's a beautiful community, and I feel so blessed that we've found each other and come together like that. There's definitely no mistake that we found each other. And so I invite you that if you feel that you would like to be a part of something like that, then please get hold of me and let's have a chat and work out if you are right for our community and if we're right for you. I don't want you to feel that you're on the outside of anything. I know how important it is that we all look after each other so that we can all raise each other up. So that's my thoughts for this year, for this month, and the invitation to come and join us in our community. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, please put them below. I'd love to hear from you. And I hope that I see you in one of my communities very, very soon. Talk to you again very soon. Bye for now.